Hey guys, I'm Joanne.
And I'm Candy.
Situated within a 5-minute walk from both TTC and Viva bus stops, Galleria is accessible to most who are looking for specifically Korean and East Asian groceries.
Since there's a thriving Korean population within this neighborhood, Galleria acts as a one-stop shop for Koreans both in a functional sense and a communal sense, as people are more comfortable shopping in a space with familiar brands and with people from the same background.
Much like the Korean-based products sold within the grocery section of the supermarket, it also houses a variety of services such as fast food restaurants, pharmacies, travel agencies, apparel, etc. that is primarily targeted to the Korean community within Toronto.
To accommodate this, unlike many supermarkets, Galleria has two entrances, one that offers direct access to the food court and services area, and the other one that walks you straight into the grocery section. Additionally, their points program aids in creating a stable consumer base.
In this tour, we wanted to focus specifically on aisle 4 from the supermarket tour, which is dry products, as Korean snacks have become a lot more prominent and accessible within current society in comparison to their traditional cuisine. This is a result of the Hallyu wave, where Korean actors, music, and culture is increasingly popular globally.
We thought that looking at the dry products would be interesting, as a lot of their advertising involves celebrities, which attracts customers into buying those specific products. Similarly, since soy and corn are a very staple part of the Korean diet, we wanted to inspect the soy and corn content within these products, comparing the options targeted towards children, as well as the unhealthier and healthier choices.
Upon entering, their sales flyer was on display to the right of the entrance. However, due to the clutter of products, it was hard to notice as it was almost blended in with their packaging and boxes of produce.
In relation to the store, its location made sense as many of the products were versatile in use and so could be integrated with other produce and meat, or even just by itself.
Keeping in mind that the ends of the aisles in eye level are the best locations to attract consumers, we noticed that in some cases the shelves were organized to promote products in that way. It was intriguing that in the noodle section, a large area of the shelves, specifically in the middle, were taken by the brand Samyang. This could be a result of slotting fees, which is when a manufacturer or brand pays a grocery store to get the optimal locations on the shelves.
Similarly, in most cases, the bulkier objects were found on the bottom while the smaller products were on the top. This made sense as it is easier to replenish stocks of heavier things if it's at the bottom, as well as people are more likely to purchase the bigger, more expensive products if they're within reach and with minimal effort. In comparison, within the same area, it felt like the placement of products were fairly random. This section was titled Rice and Healthy Grains. However, the organic, non-organic, GMO, and non-GMO rice and grain products were scattered all across the rows instead of being grouped together by type. Though it didn't look disorganized, when searching for specific types of rice, you would have to look through the entire aisle instead of finding similar products in a specific section.
Additionally, at first glance, in another aisle, the placement of snack products felt very messy and unorganized. This is partially because of the decreasing stock and also because most of the packages seem to be just placed haphazardly. This shows a lack of refinement which you would otherwise find within bigger brand stores, since the more obvious and logical ways of organization was present, but a step further in configuring the placement of products wasn't met.
Looking at the placement of products, we wanted to explore how the supermarket, specifically the snack aisle, was experienced by a child. To do this, we filmed at a level close to that of a child's eye level and walked around the store. In approaching the aisles that contained more junk food, we noticed that surprisingly a lot of the products were at kids' eye level were targeted primarily to adults.
In comparison, the food targeted to kids were placed much higher up. For instance, in this aisle, the pasta sauces and soups were more enriched to the kids as opposed to the children's cereal that was on a higher shelf. This was strange because it almost feels like a failed marketing strategy and appealing to the kids' senses, as well as creating an increased risk where a child might reach out towards one of the glass containers, which could result in injury. The disorganization within the product placement was evident as we also witnessed a child struggling to reach for snacks that was way beyond their reach.
Within most Korean snacks and cuisine, the use of soy and corn is very common. This in its whole natural form is quite nutritious, but when processed, the continual consumption can be detrimental to your health. To further look into this, we wanted to look at popular brands and compare the contents of a common unhealthier instant noodle, a higher-end instant noodle, and a package of dry noodles for home cooking.
The instant noodle that we picked was Samyang's Carbo Fire Noodle. Rising in popularity as part of Samyang's Fire Noodle series, Carbo is a very popular purchase. Its ingredients include soybean oil and soy sauce in their dry noodles, soup base, and flakes. Similarly, the higher-end instant noodle that appeared to be a healthier option also contained a variety of soy-based products and corn syrup in their noodle and stock. An additional selling point towards this noodle was the fact that a popular Korean comedian endorsed it.
Unlike these two options, the long list of ingredients was reduced to 3 simple ones that did not include any processed soy or corn-based products in the noodles that were meant for home cooking. This allows the user to create a much healthier meal using fresher and more organic ingredients. Finally, throughout the visit, one thing that we did notice was that the music that was playing didn't seem to fit the music standards within most popular grocery stores, but instead played a playlist containing popular English and Korean songs. Unlike the reading from the supermarket tour, which stated that music was used as a mellowing background noise, the music that was playing was relatively loud and attention-grabbing. We thought that this might be the case considering Galleria is still not established within Canada and is much smaller chain in comparison to the bigger stores like Loblaws and Metro.
Overall, regarding our readings from the book, we noticed that there were some successful and unsuccessful strategies implemented. Samyang's location within the aisle was representative of a good marketing strategy as it utilized slotting fees to create an appealing display attracting the attention of passersby. On the other hand, the concept of eye level is by level was unfulfilled, resulting in a disorganized display. Finally, we realized that the more processed a product is, the higher the content of processed soy and corn-based ingredients. Going into the tour, knowing about the various strategies undertaken to promote products through location and organization, it was surprising to note that many general strategies were not implemented considering the size and the scope of the supermarket.